On the night of October 19, 2022, an emergency dispatch initiated a police response to a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio. Heavy rain was falling and the conditions were pitch black. The home belonged to the Wilsons, a quiet couple with a 12-year-old son who had lived there for nearly 8 years. By all accounts, their lives were completely unremarkable. That baseline of reality abruptly ended at exactly 2:41 a.m. Emergency dispatch received a frantic 911 call from the residents, filled with heavy breathing and the sound of furniture crashing to the floor. Over the chaos, a terrified woman whispered to the operator. She pleaded for them to hurry, stating that someone was downstairs. When the dispatcher asked for more information, the woman whispered, "He's wearing my face," and "He's pretending to be my husband." Then the line disconnected. The specific, disturbing language of the call triggered an immediate escalation. Dispatch classified the event as a high-threat emergency, diverting every available unit in the sector to the property. Officers arrived at the property in under 4 minutes. As they pulled into the driveway, the rain was pouring down in sheets across the asphalt. Approaching the house, they found the front door standing wide open. Rainwater was blowing directly into the entrance. Inside, the home looked as though the family had just paused their evening. The television was still running, plates on the kitchen table, 3 phones were charging, and coffee still warm. Yet the officers found no one. They searched every room and found zero evidence of a struggle. There was no blood, no signs of forced entry, and no muddy footprints on the floors. The intact, undisturbed environment suggested the family had not been taken by force. The physical evidence indicated the Wilsons had departed the home without a struggle. 2 officers conducted a thorough sweep of the basement. They found a washing machine, some old shelves, and bare concrete walls. There were no hidden spaces and no sign anyone had been down there. As the police secured the main floor and waited for the crime scene unit, their radios crackled. Dispatch interrupted with new information. They were receiving another active 911 call from the exact same address. The dispatcher verified the number. The signal was originating from inside the house. Specifically, it was coming from the basement the officers had just cleared. The dispatcher patched the audio directly through to the officers on site. Over the radio, a man's voice whispered, "They're inside now," to a silent operator. Mapping the call audio revealed a strange uniformity. Every transmission lasted exactly 41 seconds. Isolating the background noise uncovered a hidden second layer, a buried voice slowly counting from 1 to 37. Repeating identically in every recording. The absolute precision of the timestamps and identical audio loops pointed to a calculated, automated broadcast, a level of control that contradicted the empty rooms the officers were standing in. This security monitor shows footage pulled from a neighboring property. The timestamp reads 2:38 a.m., exactly 3 minutes before the first 911 call reached dispatch. The video showed the 3 members of the Wilson family walking out of their front door. They crossed the yard together in total synchronization. No one was running, and no one appeared to be in distress. They walked into the darkness and vanished. There were no pursuers and no signs of struggle. Investigators were struck by the family's steady, collective pace. It suggested a deliberate movement toward a specific point just out of view. Weeks after the disappearance, the crime scene unit returned with heavy. Forensics teams tore into the basement floor, breaking through the solid concrete to reveal a dark, hollow cavity beneath the foundation. Underneath the rubble, they uncovered a rusted steel hatch that had been sealed for decades. Upon opening it, they found an enclosed space. There were no bodies and no signs of the missing family. The only object inside the vault was an abandoned, dust-covered rotary telephone. It was completely severed from any external communication lines. Despite having no physical connection to a network, telecom forensics verified the hardware's signature. Every single 911 call placed from the residents had originated from that specific wire-free telephone. A disconnected phone beneath a layer of solid concrete cannot place an emergency call. The physical evidence presented a scenario that defied the basic mechanics of telecommunications. The department eventually closed the file. The Wilsons were officially classified as missing persons. There were no suspects, no further leads, and no rational explanation for the events of that night. The The story remained dormant until a retired detective from the original investigation released a piece of unreleased audio captured by a first responder's body camera. The footage was recorded during the very first sweep of the house, mere seconds before the two officers descended the stairs into the basement. On the tape, a distinct whisper can be heard echoing up from beneath the floorboards. A voice clearly says, "Don't answer the phone." The rusted rotary phone was extracted from the basement and placed into long-term storage. Today, it sits locked inside a high-security police evidence vault. According to department records, the phone has never rung again. But a very specific technological anomaly continues to occur. Every year, on October 19th, at exactly 2:41 a.m. At that exact moment, the security camera monitoring the evidence room dissolves into static. The video feed drops completely, leaving nothing but blackness for exactly 41 seconds before snapping back to normal. The official investigation is closed and the house remains empty, but the precise, recurring failure of the precinct's cameras suggests that whatever was using that buried phone never actually hung up.